Welcome back to BTN Live. Very pleased to be joined now by the quarterback of the Penn State Nittany Lions, Christian Hackenberg. Penn State, of course, getting back on the winning track after the win last week against Buffalo. And Christian, let's talk first about how you guys got this headed back in the right direction. There were obviously a lot of questions about the offense coming out of that Temple game. Take us through the 7 days between that game and the Buffalo game.
Yeah, I think we really looked back at what we did week one and the improvements we could make. I thought we did a good job at executing at times, but we really weren't able to pull out of some lulls that we had throughout the game. And I think week two, all things considered, the conditions and everything, we were able to pull out of those lulls because we started a little bit slower than we would have liked. So being able to come together as a unit, fight through that adversity, and kind of stick to our game plan, go out and execute, and push through those moments where it seemed like, we had a couple 3-and-outs here and there, and be able to push through those moments, take advantage of great field position that our special teams set up, and put some points on the board and really get some momentum heading into week three.
You mentioned the adversity, Christian, and there was a ton of it, let's be honest here, coming out of that first week. How do you deal with that internally? I mean, where do you begin? So you have a bad game. Okay, and so now how do you go about kind of putting things back together when that's happened internally?
Yeah, I think we look at the film and what we can learn from that. And then I think, you have to look at each other in the locker room and know that the guy to the left and the right of you is going to come out to work the next day and bounce back and really take it as an approach where it's just 1 week at a time, trying to be 1-0 that week. And kind of having a short-term memory when it comes to the games the week before, whether you win or lose. And I think that's a mentality that we've adopted here. And it's kind of just 1 week at a time and really just working towards that goal of being the most successful team that we can be that Saturday. And then, learning from that, good or bad, and building upon it throughout the rest of the year.
Quarterback is such a unique position in all of sport because everything goes through you. So how much pressure do you feel personally to get it going back to where you know it can be?
I think the one thing that I've really adopted this year is a quote I heard during the offseason. It's control the controllables, and really just focusing on what I can control and what I have control over. And that's what I do, getting us in the right play, making sure that I do the best job in protections that I can, and going out and doing my end.
What is the moment you felt best about here in week two? What was the moment where you thought, okay, we can get this thing going?
Yeah, I thought just when we started getting things rolling there, we were kind of in a lull there, and it was weren't putting a lot of points on the board. And I think that second half, we really started executing and moving the ball and getting things rolling and. Really just seeing, again, all things considered, it was a really wet day. It was tough. We had a lot of young guys who've never played in those situations before, so just being able to go out there and sort of get things rolling, still make plays, and still be able to execute efficiently on offense. I think just looking back at it, I think that whole second half was really good. We finished strong, and that's something that you can really build on.
One thing that really stood out from that game was Saquon Barkley obviously played extremely well, ended up being Big Ten Freshman of the Week. Give us a sense of what has stood out to you as you have watched him here since he arrived on campus.
Since the first day he stepped on campus, I was really impressed with, obviously, his physical skills and his talents on the field, but I was more impressed with the type of kid he was off the field, how focused he was, how much he cared, how much he wanted to do well and how much he wanted to learn this system and how quickly he wanted to do so and be able to step in and make an impact. And that type of drive is something that I think you've seen throughout the years here with players at Penn State, the care factor and the drive of what it's about and the privilege it is to play here. And he really bought into that. And that was the biggest impact on me. And then, just obviously letting him get out there and play a little bit and show off his physical talents, his God-given ability was special. And you guys all saw that as well.
Rutgers this week. This was a thrilling game last year in New Jersey. We were actually there. We did our pregame and postgame show from there. You guys had the great fourth quarter comeback. As you look at them now, a year later, what stands out to you as you prepare for them?
Yeah, I think that the challenge is still there. They're an extremely well-coached team. They play fast, they play hard, and it's going to be a great challenge for us this week, being able to go get them here at home now and go and face a team that I think has a lot to play for. And again, I think they're well coached. They play very fast. They play very physical. So it's going to be a tough challenge for us, and we're excited about it. We're really excited to bring them into our atmosphere this year and go for round 2.
Penn State quarterback Christian Hackenberg. Christian, thanks a lot for your time. Looking forward to that game on Saturday.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.